Hello.
Hello.
We're back.
We are back another Sunday. Back here again.
Gone quick.
It has, yeah.
Yeah.
Even though I've not really done a lot of Partworks this week, apart from the Doll's House and the Tumbler. That's it. I've done everything.
Yeah.
I'm up to speed on everything. And I see you with your camper van as well, is up to everything as well.
Yeah, that's up to date. I've just had to start working on the Rossi again. And
Right.
that gave me
Let's just say about that then. Yeah.
Oh, I've worked it out. I think we've only got one more pack to go, and that model will be complete. And I will be glad when that.
I'm waiting for one pack to complete the Alien, so I'm hoping that gets here before the end of the month. I don't think it will now, but I can't wait to get it finished. Get it out of the way because it's a bit of an. It's just standing there. I need it out of the way really now. I want to start getting it sorted and done.
Oh, bring on the newer stuff.
Yeah, and there's lots to come out. I mean, we'll talk about it tonight, but they're testing still in France and stuff. So, yeah.
See what happens.
Yeah.
So right. So first thing you wanted to comment on was this. If I share my screen. So share screen. And make sure I do it right. There we go. Yes.
Hey. Yeah, the Batman '89 Batmobile. So I think this was the one that everyone wanted. Like everyone was going nuts for it. And there is it's quite a long one. It's what is it, 75 centimeters long. It's the canopy moves, it lights up inside. You've got the booster rockets there. You've got the side parts. Obviously, it will have the guns that come out. It has like 2 machine guns that come out the sides as well. But it's one of those ones that everyone wanted. Everyone said they didn't want to do the Tumbler, they didn't want to do the 66, but the 89 was the one that they wanted to do. So it's on the test at the moment, but it's through D'Agostini over there, which is part of Fan Home. So if it does come out, it will be through Fan Home.
Yeah.
For us here in the US. But yeah, there's a few bets I want to make on this, which I want to. So, like the first one is I'm 100% certain this will be released. It's on a test run at the moment in France, but I'm almost 100% certain this will come out. If it doesn't come out within the next 2 years, I will do this stream in the nude. That's how confident I am.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how confident I am. And secondly, I've got a funny feeling we're going to see this before the end of the year. It will be released before the end of the year.
Right. Okay.
If it does come out, it will be released before the end of the year. I'm almost certain, and I'm so certain that it will be released in the next 2 years at least.
Yeah.
That I will do this show in the nude. But yeah, that won't happen. So don't be frightened or anything. But yeah, that build is a no-brainer. A no-brainer.
Some people were saying though it doesn't look like the shape of it. I saw in some of the comments.
Well, remember, this is Lancaster all over again. Remember, everyone said that the propellers didn't work right or the wings weren't set back right. Remember, that's the prototype. Yeah, remember we've said about prototypes before. These are all ones so you can get a gauge of what it looks like and what it does. I'm pretty sure there will be some sort of subtle changes to it. I've looked at it myself. I can't see too much wrong with it. But then with most Partworks, there's always some level of inaccuracy anyway. They're not 100% accurate. And I don't think this one will be either. But, I mean, it looks fine to me. The only thing I wonder is, are they going to do the armor for it?
Right.
Because obviously in the film, it armors up and it's like this big armor that goes over it. I'm just wondering if they would supply that.
Oh, God, yeah, I remember that. I've forgotten about that.
He pushed the button and it all went over it like this big armor thing to protect it. I'm wondering if they would do that with it.
Possibly.
Yeah, I mean, Hot Toys do a 1/6 scale one, and they actually do the armor bit, but the armor bit is like a bit of plastic that sits over the top of it.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't know if they do something like that, but yeah, it all like, I mean, the canopy moves forward, it all lights up inside, so that moves backwards and forwards. You've got the machine guns that pop out at the tops, and then you've got the swiper arms at the side. So it comes with all the other bells and whistles. I think there's actually more on the 66 Batmobile, if you know what I mean, in terms of gadgets.
Yeah.
Than there is on that one. But it's one of those ones everyone wanted. Like everyone, oh, I don't want the Tumbler, I want the 89. Oh, I don't want the 66, I want the 89. And obviously loads of people are already going nuts for it already.
Well, that's what I can't make. I don't want the Tumbler, I want the 1966. And I don't want the 1966, I want the 89.
Yeah, well, this is why I did do a post where I said, well, we've got the Tumbler, we've got the 66, we're more than likely getting the 89. So what about the 95 and the 97 car? Let's see some love for them. I think both of them would actually be a really good part work because of how they're lit. So the 95 car has got like a rib cage around it, and it all lights up on the inside, and the wheels light up as well blue. It just looks like a cool part work if it came out. And then the 97 is similar, but the turbine is inside the shell, and it all lights up and turns. Right. And I just thought that would look really cool as a part work. But people tend to not like those two ones. But yeah, but look, I mean, we've got that. We've got the 66 coming out as well. People have started receiving that.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like a Batman stream tonight because we've not only had the 66 just released, but we've got the 89 coming out as well.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if they start doing a Batman vehicle collection or something.
Oh, I'm pretty certain that. Well, I had a discussion with Marvel Pixel Todd, and he said he was surprised because obviously Hachette have the Tumbler and Fanhome have the 66. So why has Fanhome now got the 89? We didn't know. I think it's down to the manufacturing company that makes them. So maybe they have like a more of a rapport with certain companies that make stuff. So that's how they've been able to do it. But they're definitely not made by the same company. So the Tumbler is not manufactured by the same company that makes the Batmobile.
Right.
The Batmobile 66. So they're both different, if you know what I mean, both by different companies. So I would imagine it comes down to that. It's because of the company why Fanhome have got that instead of Hachette and things like that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we've gone a bit Batman mad really. We've had the Tumbler, we've got the Batman figurine, we've got obviously the 66, and now we're looking at getting the 89 as well. So it looks like the franchise they're going with is Batman. Yeah,
well, I mean, you got to. Fanhome is more based around pop culture, isn't it? So
yeah.
Then Hachette is. So
yeah, Hachette does everything. It's sort of like a bolder thing, isn't it? Because not only do they do like the part works, like we were saying, but they also do like the cross stitch and the books and stuff like that. So they do like a variety of sort of things.
Model Space was a bit like that, if you remember. They did the sci-fi and all the different bits and pieces. So
yeah.
So,
it's Fanhome does like the pop culture stuff, and D'Agostini does like the normal stuff. So if you've got like a normal car that's not attached to a film or TV series, that would come out through D'Agostini. But if it's like with a TV show or something, then that would come out through Fanhome.
But I was surprised the X-Wing came out with D'Agostini.
Why is that?
Well, the X-Wing was always under D'Agostini, where the Millennium Falcon and the R2-D2 were under Model Space originally.
Yeah, but it's still D'Agostini, still the same company.
Yeah, but
yeah, it's weird because they're still the same company, but they're like not, if you know what I mean. It's really like Fanhome is D'Agostini, but isn't. It's sort of like a partnership or parent sort of company of it. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know how it all works out, sort of thing. It's sort of like an extra wing of it or something. I don't know, but it's all sort of D'Agostini because in France it's not called D'Agostini, it's called Atelier or something.
Atelier,
that's it. So over there it's not Diagasi, it's Italiaro, and so it's like, yeah, you know what I mean. It's also so they've got that company, Diagostini, you know, Fan Home, you know, what other things? They're all the same. They're just branched off.
Yeah. Crazy.
So yeah.
So I'll address something tonight. Okay.
Yes.
This is the first time I've ever seen this in a Partwork build. So we all know Ian over at Partwork Upgrades does great power mods for these models. And second to none, brilliant. Well, I received my next lot of issues for the Titanic, and one of them was the battery box.
Yeah, I see that.
So I messaged Ian saying, look, I've got the battery box. If you want to, you need my help on a power mod for it, then please let me know. 10 minutes later, I end up messaging Ian back saying, scratch that. It already comes with a power mod. And it's the first model I've seen to be able to either, you can switch it to run off batteries.
Or USB.
Or USB-C.
Yeah.
Never seen that before.
Well, I think
that would have been ideal for the Bismarck. Yeah,
I think I said this to Todd as well, Marvel Pixel. I said we're now seeing most of the Partworks now come with a remote control. And you've just seen that they're now supplying it so you can either have it battery or actually with a USB. And I think that's the next thing as well. I think most builds now, you're going to see you'll be able the ability to use USB or battery. Yeah. And I think that's the new thing. Because we said, I think we said it last week, like the innovations we all come up with through like Partwork Upgrades and Mr. Fusion and all that sort of stuff. These companies are watching and they're going, hang on, we're missing a beat here. So they're starting to, it was the same thing with the display cases. Do you remember they never came with display cases? Then Chloe and other companies come along to doing them. And then they went, hang on a minute, we could supply them. And so they've started to supply them now. So most builds come with remote control and a display case.
Yeah.
And now it looks like we're going to be getting the power bits as well.
It's crazy. I just never expected it for the Titanic, even though, I mean, the way the power source goes up into the actual ship is a bit strange.
Yeah, sort of, you sit onto it, don't you? And it plugs in.
Yeah, it's headphone jacks.
Yeah, like either end.
I know, it's strange.
Yeah, I did see that.
But that's the first. I thought it would be like the Bismarck, where you've got contact points.
Yeah.
And you put it on the stand with the contact point, and that's what powers it up to the ship. But this, you literally plug it in like you would do some headphones. Yeah,
and I also saw as well, it's all encased in the base as well, so you can have sound effects. It's all in the base.
Yeah.
Because normally you would have a PCB board in the actual model itself, and then you'd run all the wires there.
Well, I think we're going to have two. I think we're going to have a PCB in the ship, and then we've already been given a circuit board for the base. So I reckon there's going to be probably two that'll be running it. But I think the Bismarck was like that as well. Yeah. And the soundboard, the microphone for that is in the base as well for the ship.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah. But yeah, it's brilliant that they're sort of, this shows you that they're looking, they're listening, they're seeing. You know, we all sit here saying someone should suggest this stuff. They're already thinking about it.
Yeah.
And there you go. You know, we've got confirmation. And obviously, at the toy fair, we saw all the new Partworks there and all like what they can do. Every single one of them come with a remote control.
Yeah.
And the good thing about remote control is it eliminates the micro switches. So you remember before in the cars, you'd have to push a button in the car or the pedals.
Ecto 1 and DeLorean are like that.
Yeah, you have to push the pedals or buttons in the actual car. It eliminates all of that. All those micro switches go because it's all remote control.
Yeah. Hang on a minute. The camper van's like that, but that's an older Partwork.
Yeah. I mean, what you're seeing now, obviously, with the Titanic and with the Nissan GTR, is that you're seeing the new stuff come on board. Yeah. So this is all the new stuff that they've got in place, and they're making it. So you can see going forward, we're going to have more remote control stuff, and obviously USB as well. Going forward, we're going to have more of that.
I mean, it's really exciting because you know, it's definitely. I was like, oh, okay, I don't need to. We don't need to get a power mod for this one because.
Yeah, I was like, someone said about it, and I was like, how? And then someone showed the switch where it said battery USB.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, you can switch it between the two. That's brilliant.
That's crazy. It
Yeah.
Really is. But hats off to them for doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Like I said, they're listening, they're watching, and they're finding solutions out. So yeah.
So yeah. Right. Do you want me to go through some of this chat?
Yeah. Yeah.
See what people are thinking. So first in, I've got Spider Sprue who says, tweet. Hi, Mark and Kev. How are you this fine evening? I'm good, thank you.
I'm good, thank you, Mark. Yeah, brilliant. I mean, Spider Sprue.
We've got Stevie131. I think he's lurking away.
Yeah. All right, Steve.
We've got D Harris says, a good evening, Mark and Kev. Evening, D.
Hi, D.
I have starred some of these, but then there's a point where I just can't star them. So
Ian as well.
He's lurking. We've got Dave McBill that says, good evening, Mark and Kev, and all in chat. Evening, Dave Mac.
Hi, Dave.
We've got Scott Duggan says, evening all. Evening, Scott.
Hi, Scott.
And then we've got Stephen Belcher says, hi, Mark and Kev. Hi, Stephen.
Hi, Stephen.
We've got David Phillips that says, evening, gents. Evening.
Hi, evening, David.
And then we've got Kenneth saying, afternoon, Kevin and Mark from Atlanta, Georgia. Kevin and Mark are incredible and amazing role models, and I'm going to be getting my Poacher Alpha Romeo Spider Touring Grand Sport 1/8 scale in the mail Monday. Wow.
Well, nice. Cool.
Wow, yeah. We've got Lord Peter Webster says, hi, Mark and Kev. Hi, Peter.
Hi, Peter.
We've got Burgess in saying, evening, gang. Evening, Burgess.
Hi, Burgess.
We've got Steve131 that says, evening all. Evening, Steve. This is where I just, I've got up to me where I started and now I've got to read it. So, if I miss anything, bear with me.
Okay, that's fine. Don't worry.
People saying hello. We've got Ian Campbell who says, hi all. All. Hi, Ian. Peter Webster says, hi, Mark and Kev. Yeah. Evening, Peter. We've got Wayne Welly in saying, hi, all. Hi, Wayne.
Hi, Wayne.
Next is Paul Jordan saying, hi, Mark and Kev, and all in chat. Hi, Paul. Burgess says, wait, it's Sunday again. Damn.
Yeah, it comes around quick.
Yeah. Steve131 says he's seen a lot of the 66 Batmobile videos on the net.
Yeah, a lot of people have started to receive them in the Netherlands and the US. I haven't seen anyone in the UK yet.
Yeah.
But I've seen a few people in the US have it already, in the Netherlands and that.
Yeah. Burgess says life keeps getting in the way of fun. Yeah,
it does. It certainly does.
And Scott Duggan says that's the one I wanted the most. So in theory, it's going to cover everybody's sort of what they watched.
Yeah.
Batman, basically. Yeah. So you got the 1966 from the original TVs. I've picked this up since this all came out. So the 66 from the original TV series. You got the 89. So that's what the late 80s, 90s. And then you've got the recent one, which is the Batmobile Tumbler.
Arguably, we've got the 3 best Batmobiles they ever did.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So it would have been nice if it was tested in this country, though.
Yeah, they just don't test them anymore here. I don't really know why, because testing engages the market. But maybe they're at a point now where they don't have to, if you know what I mean, because it's so like the grouping and stuff for Partworks is so popular now. It's they don't need to. Maybe it's money as well. You got to think so. Logistics and money and everything else. It's maybe outdoes it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I'm going to read this one out. Steve131 says, at Lord Peter Webster, epic save of young Mark's VW wipers. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
This last Sunday about pingage. And yeah, I had a problem with my VW wipers. The spring and the clip just went somewhere in it. I'm still yet to find wherever it landed. I'm probably not.
Yeah.
Never gonna find it. But thank you to Peter Webster, who sent me a spare spring and clip in the post.
Brilliant.
Yeah, managed to get my wipers sorted. But yeah, first person I thought of when that happened. I'm going to contact Peter, see if he's got the spare parts.
I thought you might have had a bit of trouble with the door pins.
For some strange reason, I have not had a problem with them.
I know. I was watching it. I was like, "Oh God, he's got the little pin. Something's going to happen." No, they went straight in first time. I was like, "Oh, okay."
To tell you the truth, we get tool sets, or tools sent by Partwork companies. So you always get screwdrivers that I don't use because they're just too small for me. But the Titanic, when we started doing the cranes, they sent us a pair of needle nose pliers that were smooth. So they weren't serrated.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me get him.
Have you got them there?
Yeah. Only behind me. So we got these. Now, instead of having the serration in there to grip,
they're smooth.
They're smooth. Perfect for putting pins in and not scratching bodywork. So they've actually supplied a really useful tool for us that I've got in my collection.
Yeah, well, Kirsty bought a new tool set this week to do her Partworks with.
Yeah.
That's it there.
Oh, wow. Is that an Oreo?
I don't know what it is. She bought it, and it's got every bit of fitting you want.
Yeah.
It even comes with a magnetic board.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know where she got it from. It came in the post. I said, "What's this? Is this mine?" She went, "No, that's mine." So she's got Light's new tools.
Okay.
So yeah, but yeah, it's got look, I mean, it's got hundreds of bits on there.
Yeah.
It's got everything.
Yeah, it looks very similar to an Oreo set.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's all magnetic, and it comes with pincers, and it's got a little She puts all the screws on here, and it all magnets it.
Yeah.
I thought quite a good set. I might use it myself.
Yeah, I'm going to say it'll be her set until you need a little bit from it.
Yeah.
Especially with the Optimus Prime.
Oh yeah, because I mean, well, this is it. Because I forgot. You know where I was doing the chest, and you get a bolt, a little bolt thingy.
Yeah.
And I forgot where I put it, and I was like, oh. But on this set, if you see there, it's got little screwdriver things like. And I was like, they're coming handy, they will.
You know what she's going to say? She's going to say, "Get off mine, go get your own."
Yeah, I know what she's going to do. I'm going to have to get her to order my own one.
Yeah.
But yeah, that came. But yeah, like you're saying, that when I saw it and you put the pin in straight, I was like, "Ooh, that's gone in lovely."
Don't know how that happened.
Both sides as well. Normally you get one side good and the other side you fight with, but no, both sides are perfect.
I don't know what happened there. I actually did another one today, and I hung another door, and the pins went in absolutely perfectly.
Yeah, the Partwork gods are shining on you.
Maybe I'm just learning new skills. The amount of pins I've had to put in.
Oh yeah, tell me about it. When you start doing so much, you learn, don't you? You kind of go, it's this one.
Yeah, but still cautious so it doesn't ping across the room. And
it happens. It happens. There's nothing you can't do about that, and it's always going to happen. I think.
Yeah. So Spider Spruce says, "Holy 89 Batman." There we go.
Who was the 89 Batman? Was it Keaton?
Yes, Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
And the first one, now this is my era, was the Joker.
Who was the Joker? Was that Jack Nicholson?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Jack Nicholson in his contract, I heard, put a clause in there that any films after that he earned royalties on.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they got Michael Keaton on board, and they wanted somebody fantastic for the Joker. So they asked Jack Nicholson, and Jack Nicholson said, "Yeah, but in the clause, you make any more films, I want royalties." And
what clever man.
They did, and he profited from them all.
Brilliant. Yeah, because I think the second one was the Penguin, weren't it? It was Danny DeVito as the Penguin. Batman Returns.
Yes, well, not the Penguin and Catwoman. That was
Yeah, who played Catwoman?
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer, that's it.
Michelle Pfeiffer, actually, when you see her with the whip, that is actually her. It's not a stunt double or anything
No, that's
like
right.
that. She learned how to use the whip and was absolutely phenomenal with it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
A lot of boyhood crushes, that was.
Well, yeah. We've got Paul Jordan in, says, hi, Mark and Kevin, all in chat. Hi, Paul. This is to your, if this doesn't come out, comment. Someone make a note of Kev's comments. Yeah. Will's Workshop says, evening all, evening Will.
Hi, Will.
D says, that's one hell of a bet, Kev. Waist up will do, please.
I'm so confident. I mean, this is the only thing I can suggest is something happens with the licensing. I don't see it happening, to be fair, but I'm almost 100% certain this will come out. I mean, the amount of interest it's got already and had before, it's the no-brainer. But we have been here before with the Hogwarts Express.
Oh gosh, yeah.
So maybe I've just made a bet. I'm gonna have to do something about. Right.
Okay. That's what David thinks of it. John the Model Making says that's a definite community strike. LOL, yo.
Yeah, I think so.
Steve131 says, remember what happened to Gary Lineker?
I know. Now you're saying it, I'm kind of thinking I shouldn't have said that now.
D saying to Ian, a live stream, easy to play back and take a snip. Oh dear, these are getting great. Todd says, oh God, please don't stream nude.
That's how confident I am. I don't know if it's overconfidence.
Okay, Todd says, hello and good evening all. So
Hiya, Todd.
I'll tell you one thing, that would be a Partwork upgrade, a Partworks award show nobody'd forget.
Yeah.
I'll put a new category in there.
Oh, yeah. Most embarrassing moment. Actually, that could be a category, actually. Hey, Todd, you listening? That could be a category. Most embarrassing moment. Most whoops moment or something.
Yeah.
Been enough of them.
I just about remember that with Lineker. Yeah. I'm just getting down here. Ian saying true today. Oh dear. We've got Go For It Painting in, says hello.
I'll go for it.
Then we've got Ron Heaton in saying hi Mark, Kev, and all in chat. Hi Ron.
Hi Ron.
Hope you're okay. Todd says Salvat, Fan Home, Altea, Diagostini.
All the same company. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got Model Making Trucker Lewis in saying evening all. Hi Lewis.
Hi Lewis.
Long time no see. Ian says, I'm pleased they mainstream has picked up on things like power, remotes, cases, etc. It's good for all.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and it makes the build a little bit easier as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We've got Horlicks in saying good evening all. Hi Horlicks.
Hi Horlicks.
Ian says it's simply what you'd expect for the prices being paid.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Wayne Willis says, I heard Bismarck. Yeah, he's a massive fan of the Bismarck. I'm just trying to go through. We've got Helga Command Show, I think that is. Hello all, hi. How are you? We've got Terry Martin in saying evening all. Hi Terry.
Hi Terry.
We've got Mad Dad Hobbies saying good evening. So good evening, Mad Dad Hobbies. Welcome to the stream.
Good evening.
Ian Campbell says thumbs up all. Yes, thank you, Ian. Right, so Model Making Truck Lewis says will she be back driving again? So no more homeschooling. So she's happy, right? We've got Ash in saying evening, guys. Evening, Ash.
Evening, Ash.
Lewis says as long as Lewis and Nat don't crash again. LOL. John's Model Making says I had to make some more room for the 89 Batmobile, so I asked the wife to move out. LOL. Well, yeah. Spider Spruce says got my 66 Saturday, but I do live in Germany. So yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people over. The only place that hasn't received it yet is us here in the UK. No one, as far as I know, no one's received it here in the UK yet.
No.
We've all had the postage notes. Lots of us have had the delivery invoices to say it's been posted out, but no one's actually received it yet. That's why I'm saying I'm hopefully a lot of builds will turn up this week because I'm waiting for quite a lot to turn up because they're all sort of posted out around the same time. So
yeah, see what happens.
Yeah.
Lewis says she better not bought a new car in November. Then a month later, she tore her Achilles tendon, so couldn't drive. She was not happy.
Yeah.
We've got Chef Hawkins saying, evening both. Evening, Chef Hawk. How are you? Scott Duggan says, Mark, why does the camper need springs on the wipers? To be honest with you, I have not got a clue. I really don't.
Yeah, you're not using them really, are you? I mean, you're not jumping down and going to Tesco's.
Well, I wouldn't mind that. I mean, when I first looked at them, I thought, well, what do? Do you push them, and then they go down, and then you release it, and they come back up like working wipers?
Yeah.
But when you put the dashboard in, it hides them.
Yeah.
And when have you ever known a model put wipers in before you've even got the front windscreen on?
That's true. Normally the wipers are pushed on from the outside. They're just pushed on. They're not normally wired up from the inside. But then the camper is a unique build in terms of cars now because it's got a flat end.
I know. I've just never known in a build
to put
wipers on before you put the windscreen on.
Yeah, like I said, normally, before you put the windscreen on as well, normally they're the last things to go on. They're like pushed on.
Yeah.
And they're just left. Yeah.
It's really strange, but yeah, I have no clue why we had to put them on with springs.
No.
They don't do absolutely anything for the build at all. Spider Spruce says, what about the animated Batmobile? Oh, no, I have no clue about the animated Batmobile.
That's similar to the 89 one, but I think the front was smoother. I don't think it had the turbine at the front. But... Right. I would have said nah. They wouldn't touch animated stuff. But we've had the Optimus Prime from G1.
Yeah.
And they've not only that they've just done a test run on the Lynch King, which is a game.
Yeah, you were saying
based on a game character. So I wouldn't say I would say it's not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
So just because of what they're doing.
Well, I mean, the animated Dungeons and Dragons I saw in the 1980s is not what the Dungeons and Dragons is all about.
No.
Completely.
But yeah, I would like them to do a Starbug. That's what I would like, a pretty big Starbug model.
Yeah. Well, Red Dwarf's only really popular in the UK.
I don't know. It's one of those shows that's really popular in the States, like really popular. Because I don't think they get the humor. Some of the humor in it they don't get. I don't think the Americans, but it's really popular in America. But that's what I would. I mean, you say that you could say that about like Thunderbird, because we had Thunderbird 2. Yeah. So, but I would like a Starbug. I would definitely build a Starbug. I think that'd be a cool build.
Yeah. Will's Workshop says animated Batmobile would be good, but I don't think there is enough detail for a Partwork.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
Burgess says, got the body for Eleanor this week. Holy sweet, it's lovely and chunky.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You're almost guaranteed when you're doing a car build to get some big chunk of car.
Yeah.
When you get the chassis section, yeah. It's always nice.
Will says, I use the iFixit kit for my builds. Works perfectly. So I think that's the screwdrivers.
Yeah, I don't know what screwdriver set this is. Kirsty got it. It has a listing. It has a listing of all the parts that comes with it at the back.
Yeah.
It's like a complete listing of everything it comes with. I don't know where she got it from. I think it was Amazon.
Yeah.
But that arrived this week for her. So.
Wayne Willie says, build a netting behind you, Mark. LOL. I wish I could put a force field up. I really do. So, Scott Duggan says, I'm a huge Batman fan and will build anything Batman related. I'm even doing the Batman figure that's out in France.
Oh, wow. Nice. Are you building it? So I would imagine you're building it from France then. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. I was told that it was due out in the UK. We're still in that phase of them bringing out new builds and still the tests. That doesn't finish until around April time. So there's still 2 months still of new builds to come out from Hachette anyway.
Ash says, I prefer the first Batman and Batman Forever.
Right.
So that would be the one.
Is that 97?
The Joker, and that would be the one with Val Kilmer in it, I think. That's one where we first see Robin.
Yes. Yeah, not the Clooney.
Yeah. No, the Clooney was the next one.
That's the next one, weren't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I've learned a lot
95, was it 95? Because you had one in 89, then 95 and 97. That was the change when they changed it all, sort of thing.
Yeah. I really have picked up a lot over the last few weeks. I'm trying to remember this stuff.
Yeah, it's it's weird. It all sort of comes back. It's weird. It all sort of comes back to you when you start thinking about it.
Yeah. Peter says, I'm praying it gets released. I have nightmares as is. LOL. Kevin Fairclough says, best get down the gym. Laughing first.
Yeah.
Wayne Willie. No, I'm just trying to read it. Right. Next, we've got Dano's Universe saying,
hi, Dano.
So, hi, Dano. Wayne Willie says, Peter, it will have to be live streamed on OnlyFans, LOL.
I shouldn't have said this.
No,
getting out round.
Dear me. I'm just trying to get down it. Ian said Starbug would be great. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you could do it so it had so it's a bit like the Millennium Falcon, so all the interior lit up, so you could see the interior, like the cockpit area lit up.
Yeah. I always remember Starbug was like a TARDIS, though, wasn't it? Where you thought it was small, but it wasn't that small. It was huge.
Yeah. It was big. It was definitely bigger on the inside. That was for sure.
Yeah.
I think it grew over the series because obviously they moved the show to Starbug because they lost Red Dwarf.
Yes, I remember that.
So for quite a lot of the series, I think like for about 4 or 5 seasons, was all just on Starbug.
They were chasing to get back to Red Dwarf.
Red Dwarf because they lost it.
Yeah.
I think Holly lost it, didn't she? Or he? I don't know which one it was at that point. But they lost it.
But then when they went back to Red Dwarf, they had the original Holly in it from the
when they found it again, it was after Kachansky because she joined the crew because Rimmer went off, didn't he? He became the other Rimmer, the alternate Rimmer. So they replaced his character with Kachansky for 2 seasons, I think it was. But when they found Red Dwarf, it had gone through a phase and everyone was back on it.
Yeah.
And so when they went back, everyone was back again. And they had to go through everything again, which was the way it went. But
they got sent to prison, didn't they?
Yeah. They got sent to prison on the ship. and they had to get out and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Ian says, I started to receive the basis for some Partworks. Partwork distribution gonna be busy.
Yeah.
I gave a shout out to Partwork distribution earlier in the week on the fan home group. Somebody was saying they couldn't get the DeLorean. It just off the fan home website. Dee tagged me in the comment saying, "Can you help?" And I went, "Well, it's still available in the UK." And there's a wonderful company called Partwork Distribution that can send it wherever you are in the country. So, wherever you are in the world. So,
because a lot of people in Australia and Canada want a lot of these builds, but none of the companies deliver there.
Yeah.
So there's definitely play there. Also in Ireland as well. There was a few people in Ireland where they say they can't get the Partworks. Fan home doesn't deliver there. So.
Yeah.
Great.
I've got this one. Ian says, Kev, we'll send you a fig leaf in readiness.
Look, I'm confident I won't be doing this. Stop jinxing it. I'm confident it's coming out. It's got to come out now. I'm going to have to push this somehow.
Yeah.
Do they take bribes?
I don't think they do, not on licensing.
Oh.
Plus, the fact you're going to have to learn how to speak French because it's been released to the test run in France. Not unless you catch the ferry over to France, go and buy like.
Well, I did say it's going to come out. I got a funny feeling we're going to get it before France, like the Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
That came out here before in France. And it all comes down to licensing. So if the UK and the US get the licensing before France, then we'll have it before them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Scott Duggan says, would be fun if they brought out, and then he's corrected himself, if they brought out a Del Trotter van.
Loads of people have said it. I don't think, I personally wouldn't do it. I'm only Fools and Horses fan. Obviously, I think our era was brought up on that sort of stuff. But I don't think there would be a lot in it. I mean, it's a three-wheeled van, which is just like that. It's just a van. So I don't know if there would be a lot in it. I mean, the engine, if you know about the three-wheeled vans, there's a two-stroke engine in it. It's tiny. So I don't think it would be a complex or interesting build.
So if I remember correctly, the three-wheeled van was popular with miners because in summer they would go to work on a moped and you could drive a three-wheeled van or three-wheeled Robin
on a bike license. Yeah, you could, yeah. Because of the size of the engine in it.
Yeah. So. And
I don't think the engine was very big, so I don't think that would be overcomplicated. And then the rest of it was pretty basic. You got to think the three-wheel van was basic. It was bare basic. So I just don't see anything in it. It would be good, but I reckon it'd be easier just to buy it already built, if you know what I mean, than to actually build it.
Ian says Trotter van would be good.
Maybe Ian could do it. I mean, Ian's got the Chitty Bang Bang, so maybe there's a market there for the three-wheeled van.
Possibly. 1/8 scale, yeah.
Yeah.
We've got Caden Fairclough, and I agree on this one. A Star Destroyer was supposed to be released. Would love to see that. Yeah,
that was a few years ago now. I'm surprised that hasn't seen the light, because that was previewed or tested in France around the time that we had like the Hogwarts Express was tested and stuff like that. It was a long time ago now. It would be good. I mean, the one that they tested was huge, so
yeah,
potential there. Because
I saw the AT-AT as well, and that looked like the size of a Great Dane.
Yeah, the AT-AT was big as well, but both of them never come out. I don't know whether it was just the Star Wars thing died off, or whether they couldn't get the license for it. It could be anything.
You look at the popularity when Fan Home released the R2-D2 and the Millennium Falcon. I think the Millennium Falcon's having a better run now than it did originally.
Yeah, because it's become the whole hobby has become more popular. So more people are coming into it, and I've noticed it as well over the years where they've gone, oh, it was the same with the Millennium Falcon. Actually, a lot of people saying, oh, I wish I'd built the Millennium Falcon. Oh, I wish I knew about it years ago. And then it come out, and so everyone just jumped on it. A lot of the Americans as well, because obviously they'd never had the opportunity to build it the first time round anyway.
So I built mine on the first run when it first came out.
So did I.
Mods I'm seeing for it now, I'm like, why wasn't this around when I was building mine? Because some of them are amazing. They really
I remember them. I remember they were doing mods, but it was at its infancy.
Yeah.
But now they're doing. I mean, you can get the cargo hatch for it, the smuggler's hatch. I've seen someone who's actually 3D. You can buy it like mod wise. You can buy the whole interior, because that was something that struck me when I built it. Was it had the rest area, and it had the corridor to the turret and to the cockpit, but the rest of it was hollow. And I was like, you could put the rest of the interior. It was completely hollow inside, and someone has actually built a whole interior, so you can buy all the bits to do the whole interior of the Millennium Falcon, and it will fit because it was that big. You could fit the whole thing in, because the rest of it was empty. It was like just an empty space.
Yeah. Ian says, thanks, Mark. I think that was the thing for Partwork distribution.
Yeah.
Ian Campbell says, Australia is one of our popular destinations.
Yeah.
I can believe that, because there's not much in Australia.
Yeah. They don't ship there at all, and there's parts of the world they just don't ship to. I don't know whether it's licensing or whether it's distribution, but like Canada as well, I don't know whether it's commercially viable for them to do it. Same with Australia and places like that.
Yeah. Right. 2012 NUFC says, Fan Home is messing me around with the Robocop. It's been on its way for 3 weeks now. It's going to end up arriving with this month's at this rate. It does happen.
Yeah, that happens. I've got I have to vouch for that. That does happen.
That's happened with the Optimus Prime.
Yeah, there's it's you got to think, once it's posted out, it's in the hands of, if you're here in the UK, it's in the hands of Royal Mail. So it all depends, because just because another area are getting their post doesn't mean you're getting yours at the same thing. It's not the same in every area, so it all depends. It could be just lost somewhere. Also, as well, if you're waiting longer than that, I would ask Fan Home to try and chase it for you.
Yes, because they can track it.
Yeah, they can track it more. Not only that, you have to leave it 28 days, which is you're nearly up on those anyway. And they will send you a replacement out anyway. They're normally really good. But like Mark said, that has happened before. It's happened with me as well. So where it's been posted out, and then I've received 2 of them at the same time, near enough, or one like in days of each other.
Yeah.
Ian
says, I think a trotter van could be one for us as a resin kit. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. Peter says, I love the look of panic in Kev's eyes. Steve is laughing his head off with 2 thumbs up.
Thanks, Steve.
Burgess says the trotter van was a Reliant Regal.
Yes, it was. Yeah, Robin Reliant, I think they used to call them. But Regal, there was loads of different variations of it.
Yeah. Will's Workshop says trotter van with 2 blow-up dogs and a cat that plays. How much is that doggy in the windows?
No, I think the blow-up one would be better.
Yeah. Steve131 says the Reliant was made in Tamworth. So
yeah, the Tamworth factory.
John's model making says night all. Night, John.
Night, John.
Then we've got Kevin Payne that says you are a handsome Brit.
Thank you.
God,
which one? He's obviously a bit drunk. He's had a few.
Yeah. D. Harris says, and cheers, Mark, for helping that gent out. I'm not a sub of Fan Home. Knew you would help and send onward to Ian. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll always help, me or Mark, anything like that.
So basically, last year we found out that Fan Home in some territories were stopping doing certain models. And
Yes.
basically, somebody wanted to sign up for something, but it wasn't available anymore. So, it's a way, if it's available in the UK, then Ian can send it
There's
on.
other ways. Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you what, that has been extremely popular, and that is the Nissan GTR. There was a post this week on the Facebook customer service page. I don't know if you saw it, where they've nearly reached their capacity in the US for the build, meaning it won't be available very much longer. So that has proven to be where I was like, wow, it's been that popular.
But I think at the end of the day, if it's going to be that popular, then you need to really get ordering some more stock.
Yeah, I think they've said it's their first batch, and they're hoping that they may be a second batch in the future, but they don't know yet. But it goes to show you that you have to get on these builds. I mean, I said it years and years and years ago. Whenever a Partwork comes out, if you want to do it, you have to do it as soon as it comes out. I know sometimes we got to the point where we were like, oh, it's great, it's always going to be available. We're getting to that point now where it's not always going to be available anymore. So if you want to do a Partwork, you have to sort of build it near enough straight away. It's a difficult one.
In theory, I would still say Fan Home, even though it's part of D'Agostini, it's still a relatively new company.
Oh, yeah.
If you compare it to like Hachette
and
stuff, so I would say Agora is still quite new as well.
Yeah. Agora and Fan Home, they've only been I think they've only been around 3 or 4 years, not even that.
So you've got to think about it. They probably thought what they've got in sort of warehouses at the time was okay for their capacity. And like everything, we've seen it with Hachette. We saw it with a lot of the companies. They're having to move to bigger premises just so they can have more stocking.
Yeah, well, that's what happened with Eagle Moss, because they had a small warehouse and then they moved all of their operations to a bigger warehouse in, I think it was Germany.
Yeah.
So that just shows you that, that we've started small and the community has gotten much, 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 much bigger. I know that there is a lot of people doing the 66 Batmobile and the Nissan Skyline that have never done a Partwork before. It's all new to them.
It would not surprise me if we were starting to get emails in the next 6 months saying that things might be delayed due to them changing premises. It really
there was an email went out. There was a message on their Facebook page this week, Fan Home, saying that there may be some delay in some of their models because they're having to divert the ships around.
Yeah.
So delays are starting to sort of crop up now. But I think there's going to be delays in everything. No, nothing ever runs perfectly.
No.
But, at the end of the day, I've not had any problems with any of my builds. Some of them have turned up late and that, but I've always finished everything, and everything does turn up when it's supposed to. So,
yeah. But it just wouldn't surprise me the amount of models they're taking on.
Yeah.
If they're saying, we've outgrown our premises, we need to move on to a bigger premises if we're going to continue with this quantity.
Yeah, so there's going to be like a week delay in everything because we're moving within a week or something like that. Yeah.
Mm. And then there's also, if they decide to go to bigger premises in a different country, we could have a postage hike price.
Yeah.
Because that did happen with Eagle Moss. They
did.
To a bigger warehouse.
Yeah, because I believe it moved to the German warehouse a couple of weeks before the Brexit vote thing went through. and then they had to do extra checks and everything else, and that put the price up.
Yeah.
If I remember rightly.
Okay. Ian saying thanks, Kev.
Cheers, Ian.
2012 NUFC says it looks lush, but cars ain't my cup of tea, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not for everyone, and I think that's why we're now seeing that variation with the ships, the planes, the helicopter, the figures. So they're sort of hitting everything, really.
I always say military does well.
Yeah.
Military part works do well.
You wait until when is it, June, July, when the Apache comes out?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's going to be a very good one. That's going to be very, very popular.
They do well. There is people out there that really want to get them part works.
Yeah.
Wayne Willis says, gonna head off as I'm getting hungry and need to decide what to have for tea for me and the missus. So night, Wayne.
See you later, Wayne.
Take care. Burgess says, you think the R34 will still be available this spring stroke summer in the UK?
I don't know. If you're asking me personally, I don't think it will be.
Right.
It's been that popular. It's been immensely popular. But like I said, they may do a second run on it. I'm pretty certain they will, because I think there's going to be a few re-releases. They're going to re-release a few things coming up that have finished. So
I would say there is a way around it. Is if you were to order issues 1 and 2 now, which is not a lot of money, and then you were to pause, which you can do for about 3 months on the subscription. You could do it that way, and then take it back up again in another 3 months and unpause it. But
yeah, you could even do it so you buy the first 2, then you pause it 3 months, pay for the second lot, pause it again, and then start it up in the summer, Burgess, and then you could run it through then.
Yeah, so that
would be my suggestion on that.
Yeah, good way around it.
Yeah.
Helga says, good night, everyone. Good night.
Good night, Heather.
Dave Mark Bill says, great stream tonight, guys. Big thumbs up. Thank you, Dave Mark.
Cheers, Dave.
And Ian Camel says, night all, great information stream. See you soon. So night, Ian.
Yeah, Ian.
And I am caught up on chat.
Lovely. Yeah.
Well, that's come round at the right time.
Has as well. Everyone's sort of going as well. They're leaving us.
So yeah, that's definitely come round at the right time. So have you got anything this week, Kev, coming up?
No, nothing except a lot of these. I've got a lot of these already built and done. I've just got to put them on the YouTube. But no, I'm completely caught up with everything. So I've got nothing coming.
So I've got to catch up with the Rossi. I've got to catch up with the Mura. And then I've got 2 new builds to start. So I've got the Enterprise and I've got the Lancaster. So how quickly I get caught up depends how quickly they come out.
Yeah.
So that's about it for me this week.
Yeah.
Go
on.
Sorry, I do have at 7 o'clock on Wednesday, 7 p.m. I will be hosting the Petra Plastic Modelling Facebook group live stream on behalf of Lindsay's build, who's at the moment not very well. And he's asked me and Carl if we could run it for him while he's away, which is fine. That's not a problem. So I will be doing that on my channel 7 p.m. on Wednesday.
Cool.
So there we go. A little bit more. Chef Hawk says night all. So night, Chef Hawk.
Chef Hawk.
D Harris says a very good night, Mark and Kev. See you next week. So see you next week. So
next week.
I think we'll end it there. So it's been a really good one.
Yeah, brilliant one.
Really good one. So we'll catch you same place, same time next week. All being well. And if by the end of the year this hasn't come out, this Batmobile, then please wear some dark, very blacked out sunglasses.
Hang on, I'll do this.
I don't even know what would be worse. Right, we'll end it there before we get into any more trouble. I've been Mark.
I've been Kev.
And we'll catch you at the next one. Night all.
See you later, guys. See you later.